Like Donald Trump, Dr. Phil has been a fixture in American television for decades. He used to be known for butting into people's personal lives, giving horrible advice, and saying the wackiest shit.
You said you're ugly, you're disgusting, I'm going to kill you, give me $200.
But since the end of his show in 2013, he has been desperate to remain relevant by clinging to Donald Trump, tagging along on ICE raids, being part of Trump's spiritual leadership. I mean, really just filling any hole Donald Trump can shove him into, including the one between the flaps on his neck. You may not know this, but Dr. Phil went on to create his own media network called Merit TV in 2024. If you didn't know that, I wouldn't fault you. If Merit TV was well known, then it wouldn't have gone out of business.
When history looks back on this, it's going to be a game-changing network.
This was marketed as an alternative to woke media, which I suppose makes really American the woke media. And we, unlike Dr. Phil, are growing fast, so be sure to subscribe to help us get to 1 million and rub it in Dr. Phil's face.
I don't have the vocabulary to tell you how outraged I am.
If you didn't know, during the first round of ICE raids, Dr. Phil thought it would be a great piece of content to tag along and add his wise insight.
Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil.
Yeah? How do you know me?
No, I seen Dr. Phil, on TV.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Part of my embedding within this group was to ask Tom Homan hard questions. I asked him, are you just sweeping through neighborhoods and picking up people that are here illegally? And he said, no, that's not our intention.
Wow, what groundbreaking journalism. Thanks, Dr. Phil. Phil is like the friend who's always picked last. He was left out of Trump's star-studded cabinet. The other fake TV quack doctor, Dr. Oz, got a role. But poor Dr. Phil is stuck on the sidelines with Dr. Pepper and Dr. Evil. That doesn't mean he wasn't trying, though. He was doing everything he can to make himself relevant. He personally stepped in to help Tom Homan make a connection with the deputy mayor of New York City in order to help Tom the Human Thumb's quest to invade every American city. He was also named commissioner of Trump's Religious Liberty Commission, which is a bit like getting a participation badge, since this commission is complete bullshit. And fortunately, Dr. Phil's Merit TV is starting to buckle under the weight of their sizable lack of talent. You mean to tell me that Steve Harvey, Nancy Grace, and Dr. Phil aren't bringing in the big bucks? Viewers don't want to watch a little bit of Phil primetime before moving on to Steve? Shocking. Despite his proximity to the most corrupt administration in history, Dr. Phil wasn't able to keep his company out of a death spiral. First, in August, he had to lay off nearly 40 employees, over a third of his workforce, and his film primetime TV show had to go on hiatus.
Merit Street Media just launched in the Alliance area back in April. It was pretty new there. The company says it is cutting jobs now by consolidating roles within its departments. Now, since those employees had just recently been hired, they will not qualify for severance pay either, so double whammy there. 38 positions in all were affected.
Then, a month later, he fired another 40 employees. That's 80% of his workforce gone as fast as his hairline.
Dr. Phil and his North Texas-based TV show taking a bit of a hit. The show confirmed to WFAA that it is on a summer hiatus and that around 40 employees will be impacted.
This second round of layoffs came around the time that Dr. Phil was in Chicago trying to make something happen with those ICE raid ride-alongs.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for him, nobody wants to watch Dr. Phil lazily interview undocumented immigrants. So he had to file for bankruptcy.
Well, Dr. Phil's Merit Street Media is filing for bankruptcy and suing Christian television giants Trinity Broadcasting Network and CT Ministries. I'll get it out.
Which one?
In its filing, the Fort Worth-based company accuses the networks of harming its business and contributing to its financial woes. The lawsuit claims that TBN backed out of its obligations and instead abused its position as the controlling shareholder. As a result, Merritt Street claims it was forced to pay more than $100 million in fees.
But a grifter is gonna grift, and with his shiny new Chapter 11, Dr. Phil started a new media company that he promises is going to be even less woke and surely even more broke.
Dr. Phil is not slowing down even after his Fort Worth media company filed for bankruptcy. He's already launching a new one, Envoy Media Co., based in Dallas with plans for live news and original entertainment. So the new network hits the air this month while Dr. Phil still faces fallout from Merritt Media, including a lawsuit against its former broadcast partner.
But that bankruptcy was immediately called out as a fraud, an attempt from Dr. Phil to hide and transfer assets to a new company in order to avoid a lawsuit. This accusation comes from the most unlikely place. Professional bull riders accuse Dr. Phil of orchestrating Merritt Street bankruptcy and forming new company to avoid paying creditors. This makes a lot more sense if you know anything about Fort Worth, which has a big rodeo culture. Professional bull riders wants to know whether Dr. Phil led his Merritt Street Media to file for bankruptcy in a bad faith move while shifting assets into a newly created company, Envoy Media Co., in order to avoid repaying PBR and other creditors monies owed.
We've exhausted every opportunity that we think we had to try and remedy the situation and stay on Merritt Street, and we've now established distribution to replace them.
His attempt to hide his assets and sue his way out of complete failure is likely not going to work, as the broadcasting company that he was blaming for everything turned around and countersued him. Here's the headline from The Hollywood Reporter. Dr. Phil's bankrupt media company sued over $500 million TV deal. The bankruptcy of Dr. Phil's Merritt Street Media has taken another turn, with its distribution partner suing the company for fraud and breach of contract. In a lawsuit filed in Texas federal court on Tuesday, Trinity Broadcast accuses Dr. Phil, whose surname is McGraw, that's new to me, I thought his last name was Phil, of swindling the Christian TV network under a $500 million 10-year deal in which he allegedly failed to deliver a single episode of his flagship talk show. McGraw's Merritt Street Media is simultaneously in bankruptcy court and suing Trinity Broadcasting for breach of contract over its downfall. The court has called the dispute anything but routine, mainly because McGraw, Dr. Phil, conditioned a loan to Merritt Street, his own company, on the company winning its lawsuit against the network. What did I say earlier? Grifters are gonna grift. So it's not looking too good for the good doc, or shall I say, the disgraced racist piece of shit doctor known as Dr. Phil, who is about as wise as a toenail clipping. With any luck, he'll run this second media company into the ground in a few months too, and we can all point and laugh when that time comes. Be sure to subscribe to the kind of media that Dr. Phil hates, the wokest media around, to Really American. I'm Tony Hinderman, and I'll catch you next time.